All right, part 3. And the first deck I'm pulling from is the Health and Law of Attraction cards. And I pulled 3. When I shuffle, I just let the cards fall out, and then it's like I feel how many are supposed to, and then I stop when I get that feeling. So the first one says, I can balance my vibration between my desires and my beliefs. When you are listening to your powerful emotional guidance system, you would never enter an environment where your well being could be threatened. We are not attempting to alter your beliefs, for we do not see your beliefs as inappropriate. It is our desire to make you aware of your own emotional guidance system so that you can achieve the balance of vibration between your desires and your beliefs. Doing the right thing means to do that which is in harmony with your intent and with your current beliefs. Some of you got yourself in a situation that you know you weren't really supposed to be in. The thing is, there's no mistakes, so you had to go through this, whatever it is. You had to be there for a certain time, but it was only meant to be temporary. So that's part of why it's falling apart, is you weren't supposed to stay long term. And you've actually stayed longer than you were supposed to, but what mission you were supposed to accomplish, you actually have accomplished. So those of you that are being called to move, or feel like you're being forced to move, it's because you can't. Your growth is being stunted now because you've grown as far as you could grow in this situation, and that's why you don't feel comfortable in the environment anymore. So those of you, we've talked about this already. It's time to release it and let it go. The next one says, whenever I'm feeling bad, I'm attracting that which I unwanted, which is unwanted. I unwanted too. All right. Whenever you feel bad, you are in the process of attracting something that will not please you. Without exception, the reason for negative emotion is that you are focused upon something you do not want, or upon the lack of or absence of something that you do want. Whenever you feel negative emotion, you should say to yourself, I'm feeling some negative emotion, which means I'm in the process of attracting something that I do not want. What is it that I do want? I had a spiritual teacher, and she taught the knots. It's where you say you don't want something so many times, and all the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call that higher power, all that higher power here is the want. So you keep saying it enough, what you don't want, you're going to draw it into your reality. And I've practiced this, and I know it's true. I've kind of tested it, and I believe in the law of attraction. I've literally witnessed it and done it, and I know that I hold myself back because I had the poverty mindset, and I felt like I deserved to be punished. And mine is from many lifetimes. I won't get into all that, but I've had past life regression, and I've had some other experiences. And so now I'm getting to the point where I am starting to love myself and forgive myself and know that I am worthy, and that I can live the life that I want to live, and I deserve good things, that I am a good person, and that I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want good for everybody. And I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but my heart is good. And so I deserve to be able to help whoever I want to help and live the life that I want to live, because if I become rich, I'm not going to go buy a mansion. I'm going to help as many people as I can. I'm going to build communities, and I'm going to rescue animals, and I'm going to help veterans, and I'm going to help children. And there's so many visions that I have of how to make a new earth, but I've got to have the finances to do it. So Spirit knows that. But Spirit also knows that my heart, I would have given it all away to the wrong people even a year ago, and I'm not that person anymore either. I know who I can help and who I can't help. And you can only help people who are helping themselves. You can't make anybody do anything, but you can be a light, you can be an example, and you can be a guide, and you can give people a hand up who are literally trying, you know? So I've learned some hard lessons, but I'm ready for this next level, and I know it's not going to happen overnight. I'm still in the process of some things. I'm still cleaning up some things. I'm still healing some things, but I'm also allowing things now. And some of the hardest things for me is to receive, because I'm such a giver. But I've given to the point I've almost died from it because I literally was having the life sucked out of me by energy vampires, and I was so sick. But I'll never be that person again. I still want to help people. I still love people, but I have boundaries now, and I make people show me who they are. I don't just assume anything anymore. So it was hard lessons. This next one says, "My strong, imagined, positive desires can outweigh negative belief patterns. Anything that you practice in your mind until the anything that you practice in your mind until the ideal begins to feel natural to you must come to physical fruition. The law of attraction guarantees it. As you practice new thoughts, reaching for improved emotions, and then see the evidence that the universe will provide, you will come to know your own true power. If someone were to tell you that you are experiencing an incurable disease, you could then say with confidence, 'I will decide what I will live, for I am the creator of my experience.' If your desire is strong enough, it can outweigh your negative beliefs, and your recovery will begin." Some of you are still struggling with your health. You're still struggling with it's still old thought patterns and old belief systems that are clogging up your body, and it's creating dis-ease. And until you forgive yourself, until you forgive your past, and you let go of all this, and you can actually live in the now, you're just going to keep creating those patterns in your body, and you're going to keep suffering. So you've got to find a way to truly let all this go. And I know it's not easy. I'm talking to myself here too. I always go back and listen to these videos, and I know it's my higher self talking to me, because it's usually a message that I needed to hear myself. But as I'm saying the message, it doesn't come through like it does when I listen to it. It's kind of neat. But anyway, you got to release all this stuff, and some of it's physical stuff, some of it's emotional stuff, but you're clinging to it, and it's causing chaos and disruption in your body, and you're self-sabotaging, and you're literally abusing yourself with either a substance or it could even be food. It could be a beverage or something that you know that you're doing too much of, but it's like a guilty pleasure, or it started out as some kind of relief, but it's become a crutch, and it's literally hurting your system. So you gotta let it go. You gotta clean that up. Anyway, that's for a few of you guys, myself included. Next, we got the New Earth cards by Eckhart Tolle. I hope I say his name right. I'm from Georgia, though. Everything I say sounds weird. No offense to my Georgia friends. Listen to people's stories, and you'll find that they could all be entitled, "Why I Cannot Be at Peace Now." The ego doesn't know that your only opportunity for peace, for being at peace, is now. It's like we were talking about living in the now. I want to read that again. Somebody needs to hear it. Listening to people's stories, you'll find that they could all be entitled, "Why I Cannot Be at Peace Now." The ego doesn't know that your only opportunity for being at peace is now. A lot of people will do that. They'll tell their story. I'm guilty too sometimes. You want to resonate, you want to relate to people, so you'll end up telling part of your story, but what you're doing is you're literally reliving the past and all the feelings that you felt, and even though it may feel a little better each time, you're still going through that over and over and over and over again. You're creating a loop. So you've got to learn to live more in the now, and you can share parts of your story to help other people, just to let them know where you've been, but don't let it become to where it's your entire story and it's all you talk about. That's where the real trouble for you is. It's a toxic loop. All right, we're gonna go to part 4. I think that's where we're at now. I've just got a few more cards. See you on part 4.